As daughters of the American Revolution, we know how very important our freedom is and how much we must appreciate our ancestors and the love that they had for our country. It's hard to imagine what our parents must have felt for this country, so much so that they would fight for what they believed in. When we study our history, we see the changes and the growth and the strengthening of our country as a result of their belief. But do you realize that by studying the music of our history, that we can not only see the signs of the times and the changes that are occurring, we can literally hear and feel the love, the desire, and the determination for our country to be strong and stay strong. So let's step back in time and listen to our history for a little while through some of the most beautiful songs that you will ever hear. Before the Revolutionary War, people who lived here in this new country, and primarily in the 13 colonies, were very used to hearing God Save the King, or Queen, depending on the current monarch, as the national anthem. The melody for God Save the King was also sung to different words for national anthems in other countries, such as Germany and Russia and Switzerland and Sweden. And it is still the national anthem of Norway. And we certainly could not do away with this beautiful tune when we became our own country. The familiar melody that we know is, of course, that of our own United States patriotic hymn, America, or My Country 'Tis of Thee, with the lyrics that we know today, written by Samuel Francis Smith in 1831. And until the 1930s, My Country 'Tis of Thee was actually considered the national anthem for the United States before the official adoption of the Star-Spangled Banner. So, as we begin our musical history lesson, let's listen to our first anthem in the British sense, followed by the one that we know and love. Now, on to a song that is a war tune, if there ever was one. Yankee Doodle was a pre-Revolutionary War song that was originally sung by British soldiers who were mocking soldiers who were disheveled or unorganized. The word doodle is thought to be derived from an early German word that means fool or simpleton. Of course, as the revolutionary movement grew, the British sang the tune with much emphasis toward our colonial soldiers. However, around 1775, Americans took the song and made it their own, turning it back on those who had used it to mock them. After the Battle of Lexington and Concord, a Boston newspaper reported that one British officer stated, "They made us dance it until we were tired." Here's Yankee Doodle. Well, Yankee Doodle was sung many times, and we won that war, but the days of battle were far from over. our modern day national anthem is, of course, our beloved Star Spangled Banner. The words to this song were written in 1814, as you all probably know, by Francis Scott Key, as he witnessed the bombing of Fort McHenry by the British Royal Navy in Chesapeake Bay during the Battle of Fort McHenry in the War of 1812. Over the years, that poem by Key was put to the tune that we know today, a tune that was actually another British song written by John Stafford Smith for a men's social club. Did you know that? However, it wasn't until 1889 that the song became an official song of our U.S. Navy and then of our president in 1916. And finally, in 1931, the Star Spangled Banner became the official national anthem. It has a range of 1.5 octaves and is considered one of the most difficult songs to sing. We've already sung it together, and we know how hard that song is to sing. Thank goodness now we have a very gifted vocalist to sing it again. Well, after the War of 1812, our country could focus for only a brief time on things other than war. By the mid-1800s, we were experiencing the most difficult beginnings of conflict yet, conflict within our own borders. The Civil War began in 1861, and the words of Julia Ward Howe's poem, The Battle Hymn of the Republic, expressed not only the hurt and the ache that was felt by every single person in both the North and the South, but the desire for truth and justice in the midst of war. The poem was first published in the Atlantic Monthly in 1862. The music is from the song John Brown's Body, about the famed abolitionist, written around 1856 by William Steffey. When those words became popular, the song was used as a marching song for Union soldiers. The song, of course, became even more popular when put to the words of Julia Ward Howe, and was sung during and following the Civil War. It has since become one of our most well-known and loved patriotic songs. By the way, in later years, when this song was sung in a non-military environment, the clause, "Let us die to make men free," was sometimes changed to "Let us live to make men free." And this change is what you see in most modern hymnals. The tune has also been used with alternative lyrics numerous times. The University of Georgia's fight song, "Glory, Glory to Old Georgia," is based on this patriotic tune and has been sung at football games there since 1909. And in case some of you don't know, this tune is also heard quite frequently at Auburn University, at their football games. So now let's hear the Battle Hymn of the Republic. Beautiful. Well, the Civil War ended, and our country began the very difficult task of rebuilding our beautiful country. America the Beautiful was written in 1895 by Catherine Bates for a 4th of July celebration and for the publication of The Congregationalist. The music was written by organist and choir director Samuel A. Ward. Bates was an English professor at Wellesley College, and she originally titled the poem Pikes Peak when she took a train trip to Colorado to teach a summer course. Many of the beautiful sights that she saw on the trip inspired her poem, including the wheat fields of Kansas, the majestic view of the Great Plains, and the World Expo in Chicago, which was the Alabaster City. Samuel Ward originally wrote his music for another song entirely, but the words and melody didn't seem to fit. Eventually the two, Bates's poem and Ward's melody, came together and instantly stuck. The song was officially sung and played together in 1910. Through the years, America the Beautiful has even been suggested as another national anthem, especially for some who consider the Star-Spangled Banner to be too war-oriented. It was the welcome song for Richard Nixon when he visited China. And each year it is sung at the graduation exercises for Wellesley College. However, there's one word that has changed. Brotherhood is changed to sisterhood. It's a girls' school. Still today, America the Beautiful is considered one of the most beautiful of patriotic songs.
Oh, beautiful.